Star witness Cassie Ventura taking the stand today in a New York courtroom in the sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Federal prosecutors claim Combs used lies, drugs, threats, and violence to coerce his ex-girlfriend into sexual encounters with male prostitutes. Ventura said the alleged sexual encounters typically lasted between 36 to 72 hours, the longest one lasting 4 days. She told the jury today about how the hip-hop mogul controlled her life and their relationship, describing the alleged physical abuse, saying, quote, "He would bash my head, knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me in the head when I was down."
Allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. She was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken Combs punched her. The video appears to show Combs chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground.
It was never supposed to end like this. Sean Diddy Combs, the mogul, the billionaire, the self-made king of hip-hop, now stands accused of trafficking, sexual misconduct, and a sprawling conspiracy that stretches across decades, industries, and power circles most of us will never understand. From glitzy parties to grim federal indictments, his fall is more than a scandal, it's a reckoning. But is Diddy just a man or a symbol of something much darker buried inside celebrity culture, fame, and hip-hop itself? And where does Kanye West fit into this web? Because while Diddy is dragged into courtrooms, Kanye too is named in lawsuits, tied not just by music, but by power, control, secrets. This isn't just a celebrity expose, it's the unraveling of an empire. Diddy didn't just build the brand, he built a myth. From Uptown Records to Bad Boy, from Ciroc vodka to the Met Gala, Sean Combs didn't just influence culture, he was the culture. He gave us Biggie Smalls, invented the shiny suit era, and shaped the sound of a generation. But behind every mansion, every yacht, and every chart-topping hit, whispers always follow. There were rumors of parties that felt more like rituals, stories of control, of young artists, women, of employees too scared to speak. And in 2023, those whispers turned into screams. Cassie Ventura, former singer and longtime partner, sued Combs, alleging years of rape, beatings, and coercion. That lawsuit was settled in less than 24 hours, but it opened the floodgates. Multiple other lawsuits followed, detailing druggings, assaults, hidden cameras in hotel rooms, and an empire allegedly built on fear. And then came the federal raids. DEA and Homeland Security storming Diddy's mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. Helicopters overhead, agents hauling out evidence, a scene straight out of a Netflix thriller. But this isn't fiction, and Diddy isn't alone. Enter Kanye West. If Diddy was the architect of hip-hop's golden age, Kanye was the disruptor, the genius, the visionary, the rebel. But now Kanye is named in lawsuits too. His former assistant, Lauren, alleges sexual misconduct, hostile work environments, and retaliation for speaking up. She says he forced her to work around the clock, made lewd comments, and even grabbed her butt in front of others. She also claims Kanye brought her to one of Diddy's infamous parties. And that's where this gets chilling, because in that lawsuit, the Diddy-Kanye connection isn't musical, it's behavioral. It's a pattern of abuse, of power, of silence. In Kanye's lawsuit, Lauren claims he idolized Diddy's lifestyle, those wild late-night parties. She says he used Diddy's home as a backdrop for disturbing behavior, that he invited her to events where young women were paraded around like property. This is no longer about egos or headlines. It's about systems where fame gives men, powerful men, permission to rewrite morality, where women are disposable, where staff are silenced, where NDAs cover sins. It's about what happens when two of the most influential figures in Black music culture build kingdoms without accountability. Diddy and Kanye weren't always aligned. In 2007, Kanye once called out Diddy's fashion line, calling it played out. But as time passed, the lines blurred. Kanye began modeling himself more and more after Diddy, throwing massive parties, flexing billionaire status, launching businesses, and building a cult of personality. They both wanted to be more than rappers. They wanted to be gods, but gods fall. And when they do, it's not just the music industry that trembles, it's everything.
The rapper claiming to have had an incestual relationship with his cousin until the rapper was 14.
My cousin is locked up for murder, and I love him. I saw he did a bad thing, but I still love him.
Content creators and cultural commentators like Kiari have spoken up, calling out not just the men, but the machine behind. He draws a line between the way Kanye allegedly treated women and the way Diddy is now accused of trafficking them, a continuum of power unchecked. She says what many fear to admit, that we ignored the signs. that hip-hop celebrated predators as long as the beats kept banging. And she's not alone. Across the internet, a wave of creators are pulling the curtain back, connecting dots we refuse to look at. Diddy-Kanye, and the darkness behind the flashing lights. Diddy and Kanye both spiraled, but in different ways. One hid his demons behind velvet ropes and platinum records. The Allah broadcasts his unraveling on Twitter, and yet both left trails of pain. Eventually, the lawsuits may take years, some may be settled quietly, others may explode in court, but the damage to reputations, to victims, to fans is already done. This is bigger than Diddy, bigger than Kanye. It's about what we allow powerful men to get away with when they dress it in luxury. How many more assistants, dancers, stylists, and partners have to scream into the void before we listen? How many NDAs must be broken before the truth matters more than the brand? These aren't isolated cases. They're reflections of us, of what we consume, of who we idolize. What do we do with legends who become monsters? Do we erase them, or do we confront the system that created them and the culture that protected them? Maybe the real question is this: if fame corrupts absolutely, why do we keep giving it to the same people? More lawsuits are coming, more names may surface, and the question we must all ask: is this the end of an era or the start of a reckoning?